Ocugen is absolutely exploding today. Let's talk about why this is happening and where I think the stock could be headed very soon. Make sure to watch to the very end of this video so you don't miss any of my Ocugen analysis. And if you guys want to pick up a free stock with Public, check out our link down in the description below. When you guys use that link, not only do you support the channel, but you also can get a great selection of companies, a free stock in them, of course, and you, of course, get to be a part of a great social investing network that we're personally a part of, and you can follow people just like us, keep up to date with what we're buying, what we're selling, and of course, all of our current thoughts on the current market. But other than that, guys, let's get right into this video. Alrighty guys, here we are with OCGN, Ocugen, obviously, sitting now at about $8.54 a share. We're up 19% on the day today. And as you can see here, the momentum is holding very well here, pushing up about $1.40 at one point in gains, which is just very, very impressive here. And of course, a lot of people want to know, why is this happening? We know that Ocugen has had some recent kind of interesting price action here. If you can go back here, this was, what was this, September 10th. We saw the first little bump up in price here to about $7.36 a share, and then a little bit of a dip here on the 13th. And then after that, well, the same day, the 13th rather, we have seen since then a massive wow, today's the 13th. Why am I saying it like that? Sorry guys, today's the 13th and it's absolutely ripping right now. Let's talk about why this is though, and see kind of what the reason for everything is. Oh, fun stuff, want to give me a little alert there. And why? Because obviously a lot of people who are in Ocugen are more than likely long-term investors who have been holding this stock for longer than a couple of months. That's what most people that I've seen in our comments are. Most people on our social media platforms, when we talk about Ocugen, that's where they are. They've invested in this stock a couple of months back, maybe even years back, and they're probably holding a lot of shares. Also, let me know down in the comments below how many shares you guys are holding of this stock. We'd love to see how strong the community is and really what's going on with it. We'd love to see that, guys. Let's keep reading though. Ocugen stock, why it significantly increased today. The stock price of Ocugen stock significantly increased during intraday trading. This is why it happened. The stock price of Ocugen, obviously, and okay, they're just repeating what they said. Investors are responding positively to reports that the World Health Organization, or the WHO, will likely grant approval for an emergency use listing of Covaxin, a COVID-19 vaccine manufactured in India. So Covaxin is what they have been pushing forward to get through, obviously, testing and FDA approval for a very, very long time now. And it's been something that's been in the works for pretty much since like last year. This has been kind of going on, and it's one of the main reasons why Ocugen investors continue to put money into the stock or continue to be invested in the stock, right? They're holding out for the long-term approval of Covaxin for when it goes through. This is crazy stuff, guys. This is really, really cool. Good news, at least. Basically the World Health Organization saying it will likely, again, that's not confirmed, but it's likely that they will grant an emergency use listing. Let's continue reading though a little bit here. Covaxin is being manufactured by Berharat, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, biotech in the Indian Council of Medicine Research, or ICMR. They have been looking for approval since July. All documents required for the EUL of Covaxin have been submitted to the WHO as of July 9th. The review process has been commenced with the expectation that they will receive EUL from the WHO at the earliest, said Dr. Krishna Ella, chairman and managing director of Barrett Biotech, in a tweet. Covaxin is known at being 77.8% effective against symptomatic COVID-19 cases based on the final phase 3 trials, and it is 63% effective against asymptomatic cases. Plus, it's 65% effective against the Delta variant. Ocugen is partnered with Barrett Biotech by co-developing the Covaxin vaccine candidate for COVID and the US and Canadian markets. Okay, so let's kind of break this down and kind of everything else that's going down here. Obviously, price is increasing heavily. This is due to what we just read basically with the article saying that they have submitted all the necessary paperwork for an emergency use listing. Now, we know, and I like to kind of backtrace to what we saw with similar type similar things that happened. For instance, let's go with Pfizer, right? Pfizer, when it received its emergency use grant, I believe it was, or I believe they got approved FDA. It was something like that. I can't remember the exact piece of news, but I remember because I was invested in it. The stock, I was expecting it to go crazy. I had a lot of short-term call options on it. It was very risky. Don't try that at home, obviously. But unfortunately, when Pfizer did get the FDA approval, it tanked. And what's very interesting about this is that just because this stock is getting FDA approval or emergency use listing authorization, right, there's still potential for a pullback. That being said, I'm not saying that it's going to. I'm not saying that I don't believe in the stock. Because I know a lot of people like to jump to the comments and say, "What do you mean you hate this stock?" No, I don't hate the stock. I don't actually. I think Ocugen is actually, as far as Covaxin is concerned, I really, really like what they're doing with it. And I think that fundamentally this company still makes a lot of sense in my mind. Now, I will just say that as a kind of a thing, because I think it's important to look at past cases of this, because in case Ocugen does dip and everyone goes, well, what happened? It got FDA approval, I don't get it. There's reasons, right? There could be the fact, I mean, what did we read right here? There was certain percentages here. Covaxin is known for being 77.8% effective against symptomatic. Okay, so I might be mistaken. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but Moderna and Pfizer, if I'm not mistaken, are much higher in effectiveness against actual COVID cases, right? They're much more stronger as far as defeating COVID cases and stopping symptoms, right? And it seems like Covaxin has a lower effective rate. So even though Covaxin, will get pushed through and it'll be I'm sure the price will increase on Ocugen. I wouldn't be surprised if it does. But again, will this be the next huge giant pharma stock? I don't know. I don't think so, unless there's really some crazy breakthrough either technology or advancements that they create in the next coming years. I don't know, I'd have to see. But as far as this goes, I think this is short term a very bullish piece of news that I think will push the price likely in the upward direction. I mean, we're seeing it right now, right? It's obviously, let's go into trading view here so we can actually see a more deeper analysis into this. As you can see with that news, it's pushing into these higher ranges. And even right now, if we do some technical analysis here, we're starting to form either you could argue this is a bull flag or a rising wedge. Either one, of course, is a bullish indicator, basically meaning that the stock will likely go higher once that wedge or that bull pattern or that flag rather is complete. And as you can see here, it's trading tighter and tighter on the consolidation. As soon as it gets tight enough, it either will break out towards the upside or, and keep this in mind, guys, because this happened with AMC, this happened with a lot of other stocks, it could pattern fail and break out to the downside. So be aware of that, guys. Be aware of that, guys. The RSI I like using obviously just for like long-term trades if I'm getting in at a good price. I'm not buying at these levels because look at this, look at the run up, right? As you can see here, the RSI is significantly overbought right now. So therefore, I would expect a little bit of a correctionary pullback here, possibly, again, that's not guaranteed, but a little bit of a correction before it can go higher. It's just kind of the way stocks have traded in the past. Look right here, right? Ocugen soared up to about the 80 level on RSI and then of course pulled back after, right? Let's go back here. Ocugen soared, pulled back after. As you can see, the RSI is a very good tool to use for long-term trades to get into winning positions. And right now, it's not something I'm buying. Everybody who got in here though, congratulations. I mean, I'm sure your average is probably great. I'm sure you're probably up really great right now. And just overall, Ocugen is doing very well for itself. But guys, I just want everybody to keep this in mind. I'm not trying to like hate on Ocugen. I'm not saying anything. Just because I said like keep this stuff in mind does not mean that I'm like, not bullish on it or anything. Again, I'm bullish on this company in the short term. I'm not really a long-term investor in this, but I do think that now that they're pushing this vaccine through, I think that that they're going to get listed for emergency approval. I think that once it spreads to enough clinics and it gets enough, enough people use it and everything, as long as the news stays positive, as long as there's no negative side effects of it, as far as like maybe like certain things like we've seen with Pfizer or Moderna that have happened, I think again, it's still a very positive case, guys. We're gonna be watching this very closely, making all kinds of new update videos. Make sure you guys are informed and educated because we love bringing content to you guys every single day, guys. Make sure to subscribe, but other than that, guys, that's pretty much it for Ocugen. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video like this. If you guys want to pick up a free stock with Public, check out our link down in the description below. When you guys use that link, not only do you support the channel, but you of course also get to be a part of a great social investing network that allows you to follow some of your favorite investors, family members, friends, and famous people, obviously including us, and keep up to date with what we're buying, what we're selling, and everything else going on in the market. But other than that, guys, that is all I have for you guys today. I'm Kyle with Finance Bro. Take it easy.